What up, everybody? It's the Chakra Doctor. Put your money where your mouth is. June 11th, 2022, Houston, Texas. All-day healing event from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. Private sessions, group sessions, positive food, positive music, positive people. The link is in the description of this video, and you can call the number in the flyer for more information.
What up, y'all? It's your man Sam Man here at Vile Hip Hop News. Just got done training, that's why I got this tight ass shirt on, this tight ass gear. But wanted to come on real quick while it was in my spirit, right before I start my day, and talk about Nore's comments on Twitter. Now, if you haven't read or haven't saw yet Nore's comments on Twitter, I don't know what motivated him or propelled him to make these statements, but he went on Twitter and he said that as much love as he has for David Letterman is his favorite host. He doesn't understand why the culture goes to David Letterman, goes to shows like Ellen. He even brought up Gayle King and Oprah Winfrey. Why go on these platforms when you have platforms like Drink Champs, when you have platforms like Joe Budden, when you have platforms like $1 Million Worth of Game? Why are artists, people within the culture, why are you running to platforms like Ellen, Letterman, Gayle, and Oprah when you can go to platforms that feed the culture? And he's not wrong. He ain't wrong, because if you see the comments, you go, oh, you seeing a bunch of facts and you seeing a bunch of truth and you seeing this and you seeing that. But let's call a spade, and let's call it for what it really is. Because although Nore is dope as hell, although Drink Champs deserves to be where they're at because they put in great work and they deliver great content, Nore was a rapper. Nore is in this game. Nore is in this industry. So it's not hard for representatives to get people to come on the Drink Champs, one, because they have a relationship with Nore, they have a relationship with EFN, they have a relationship with Volt, and they know that they're going to go in there and get views. Same as Joe Budden, former rapper, delivers great content, but was in the game before, and it's not hard for him to pick up the phone, or it's not hard for him to reach out or hit this person and hit that person and get people on the platform. Same as Gillian Wallow. Shout out to Gillian Wallow, $1 Million Worth of Game. Gilly was a former rapper in a game, had a name, did they thing, and this is why they one of the top platforms out here. All for the culture, right? But let me take it a step further, and let me challenge those brands, and let me challenge Nore to take it a step further. Because even though you feed the culture with your content, who are you out here trying to help build? I'm not talking about paying them. I'm not talking about putting them on or doing anything extra, but you have great independent platforms out here doing the damn thing, doing what's right for the culture, and y'all don't give these platforms a second look. $1 Million Worth of Game owned by Revolt. Let me back put a little bit. Nore, you've done interviews before, great interviews before. You get on somebody's platform, you can definitely bless them. If they're doing the right thing, taking care of the business the right way, you could get on their platform and really help them out. But all I see you doing is interviews with the Breakfast Club, and shout out to the Breakfast Club. If it wasn't for platforms like the Breakfast Club, platforms like me and my cousins and ours and other platforms wouldn't be able to do what we do. So I'm not taking anything away from them. Vlad, who owns Vlad? We all know who owns Vlad. And you haven't been on there for a while, so I'm not sitting there, I'm not harping on the past, but it is what it is. It's called a spade a spade. You've been on Breakfast Club, you've been on Vlad, you've been on Adam 22, who owns Adam 22. You've been on I Am Athlete as of late. And the athletes are dope. They're for the culture, but they're professional athletes who have been in the game, which it's not hard to understand why I would go and chill with Fred Taylor or Ryan Clark. Motherfuckers used to bowl. I'd chill with them too and talk to them too. Probably was fans of theirs. It makes sense. But how many people in a game, how many people on mainstream are taking the time to pay attention to the independent platforms out here, putting in the groundwork, doing a damn thing, making an impact in this culture, and y'all ain't even giving them a second eye? Hell, for crying out loud, Nore, you named Twitter before you named any independent platforms out here doing their thing. Don't act like you don't see them. Don't act like they don't exist. Because with all due respect, if you type in a Nore video, or you type in a Drink Champs video, you may see 10 videos from independent platforms that you may not even heard before, but the videos are smacking because it's good content and the people resonate with them. But y'all act like y'all don't even see them. And I'm not just talking about us. I'm not talking about Vile Hip Hop News. I'm not talking about Hip Hop News Uncensored. I'm not talking about the podcast, even though, shit, let's call it for what it is. Shout out to DJ EFN, who was gracious enough to come on the platform and show some love, to not act as though we didn't exist. But this platform's out here doing great things. The Holding Court podcast, Big Court. Shout out to Big Court. Death of a Clout Chaser, my man Big Chuck. Shout out to Big Chuck. He's going to be on the platform next week. There's people out here, there's platforms out here doing the damn thing independently, but y'all don't give them a second eye. And that's what's frustrating about this. We do the interviews. We built from the ground up. We are from the fucking woods. You see my background? This is where I grew up at. In the goddamn boondocks. Wasn't in the game. Wasn't a famous rapper. Didn't have contracts with Columbia and RCA and Def Jam and all this shit. Built it from the ground up. Had to go out here and swallow swords to prove that we had a name in this game and garner respect from the ground up. And even now, we get people on our platform that come on and they on their cell phones doing interviews. They dressed all crazy. They looking like God knows what. And then the next week, we see them on another platform, mainly off the strength of our platform, dressed great, teeth all shining and shit, fresh weave, fresh shape up, taking tags off of t-shirts and blouses and shit, looking fresh for the other people that are supposed to be feeding the culture. I'm just saying, if we're going to call out people for feeding the culture, let's take it all the way in the culture. Let's not just talk about the top tier and leave out everybody else that has built the goddamn foundation for the culture. Let's try to build everybody. And talking about that, you got to practice what you preach. Because I don't see any of them that you name sitting back on any other platform giving them content or help build their brands. Like, you're asking, I don't know who, Jay-Z, Drake, Kendrick, because anybody else that I could think of has been on your shit. You've had anybody and everybody on Drink Champ. So to say that, I'm really kind of confused as to who you're speaking on. It has to be somebody on the out, like just the absolute level, unless you're trying to interview R. Kelly while he's in jail or somebody like that, Jesse Smollett or somebody. I don't know who you're trying to interview that's been on Gayle, been on Oprah, has been on these other platforms that haven't been on yours. But all I say is, and I challenge everyone out there that is just feel the same way he does, look at some independent platforms and feed the culture. Sam, man, Vile Hip Hop News, man. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. SkioClothing.com is the brand. Go check that brother out, man. Doing great things out the DMV, man. Show kindness and elevate everyone. Salute to the brother, man. Sam, man, CEO of the brand, checking out. Love each and every one of y'all. Till next time. Peace.